G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleball52.com, Pickleball a hit at Seek Festival on London's Trafalgar Square. Pickleball was showcased in Trafalgar Square last weekend as part of an event organised by the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, to celebrate the Seek Festival Vaisakhi. Curious first-time pickleball players aged between 5 and 70 grabbed a paddle and had a bash at pickleball on a court outside the National Gallery in central London. Pickleball England was offered the opportunity to take part in the Seek Games only 3 weeks before the event. They asked London Pickleball to rally the troops and they rose to the occasion. Carolyn Laville, Jane Ward, Paul and Mandy Adams, Simon Saladi and Steve Pisano were joined by Pickleball England board members James Chowdhury and Karen Mitchell. James organised the taping of the modified sized court, and as soon as the net was up, there was a queue of people wanting to have a go. That's the beauty of pickleball. You can create a court on a drive, put up a net and start playing, said Pickleball England chair Karen Mitchell. The volunteers were originally meant to deliver 5 30-minute sessions alternating with another group, but ended up managing the full 5.5 hours with a relatively small crew split into an early and a late shift. Karen said, whilst the day remained dry, the wind was a little challenging at times. Nevertheless, there was a buzz around Trafalgar Square for the whole 6 hours. All the volunteers were brilliant, with the people giving the game a go. We were positioned next to the junior turban tent, where kids were getting turbans in all different colours. Many of them came to play pickleball, so it was quite a sight seeing these small kids playing in traditional clothing and turbans. Vaisakhi is the biggest festival in the Sikh calendar and celebrates Sikh and Punjabi tradition, heritage, culture, and the birth of the Khalsa, modern-day Sikhism. Karen added, highlights of the day for me was the Army playing a game that got quite competitive, 4 teenage girls that played a brilliant game they had played once before, and some of the fabulously talented kids. Thank you, everyone, for volunteering to help showcase pickleball. Thanks ever so much for making it this far into the update. Please be sure to hit subscribe and like, comment and rate on the platform you're watching or listening to it on, so this and future episodes can be found by and shared with other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on thedinkpickleball.com, the National Pickleball League is back and better than ever for the 2024 season. The National Pickleball League NPL draft is happening on April 14 in Naples, Florida. Consider this your guide to learning about what the NPL is, which team won it all in 2023, and how you can watch the draft live. What is the NPL? The NPL was established in 2022 as the first pro pickleball league for the 50-plus age group. We encourage athletes over the age of 50 to maintain a professional player status within the game of pickleball. NPL gives fans a community to connect with, players a chance to pursue their passion, and reminds everyone that age should never be a barrier. Their inaugural season took place in 2023 and featured 6 teams from across the country. For the 2024 season, the league is doubling in size and will feature a total of 12 teams. The 6 original teams were Austin Ignite, Austin, Texas; Boca Raton Picklers, Boca Raton, Florida; Denver Iconics, Denver, Colorado; Indy Drivers, Indianapolis, Indiana; Naples JBB United, Naples, Florida; and OKC Punishers, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. New teams for 2024, Coachella Valley Scorpions, Coachella Valley, California; Columbus Hotshots, Columbus, Ohio; Houston Hammers, Houston, Texas; Kansas City Stingers, Kansas City, Missouri; Princeton Bruisers, Princeton, New Jersey; Seattle United Pickleball, Seattle, Washington State. The 2024 NPL draft order is as follows: 1 Naples, 2 Coachella, 3 OKC, 4 Seattle, 5 Denver, 6 Houston, 7 Austin, 8 Boca, 9 KC, 10 Columbus, 11 Indy Drivers, 12 Princeton. The first season of the NPL was won by the Indy Drivers based out of Indianapolis. The close fought match was played against Austin Ignite and featured a come from behind victory. After being down 3-6, they won 7 straight matches to win the championship. The championship was broadcast by CBS Sports Network earlier this year. The 2024 season features 6 stops, ending with a championship weekend in late October. May 17 through 19, the season opener in Chicago. June 21 through 23, Columbus, Ohio. July 19 through 21, Cincinnati, Ohio. August 9 through 11, Kansas City. September 13 through 15, Houston. And October 17 through 20, championship weekend, location to be advised. The draft will happen live from Naples, Florida on Friday, and you can tune in to the NPL Facebook page to view the event. Third thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com by author Jim Kloss, a look ahead to the PPA Houston Open, currently underway in Houston, Texas. Next up on the PPA Tour brings us to Houston. The draws are up for all events at the Houston Open, so let's take a look at each draw and note the highlights. Men's singles, Ben Johns is seeded first with Federico Staksrud second. Both have reasonable draws, and it would be a surprise if these two meet again in the finals. Jack Sock is sitting this one out, but we have the usual collection of tough players, including Christian Olshon, Connor Garnett, and Jaume Martinez-Vic. For anyone looking for a long shot who could do some damage, we have Kaysen Campbell as a 22 seed. Kaysen is capable of beating anyone in a singles match. Another possibility is Yates Johnson as a 31 seed. Women's singles, the main feature of the women's singles draw in Houston is who is not in it. No Annalie Waters, ALW, no Catherine Parento, CP. Their absence leaves the field wide open. Unlike most women's singles draw, this event in Houston could be won by any one of about 10 different women. Top seed this week is Mary Brascia. She's a fine singles player, but in nowhere near the surefire top seed that ALW is. This tournament provides the best opportunity for a gold for Leah Jansen. Leah has been close several times, but has come up short against ALW. As the number 2 seed, Leah has a very reasonable draw. For a lower seed to watch, keep an eye on Caitlin Christian as a 7 seed. Christian is equal to anyone in this draw, and a gold medal for her in this event would not be a surprise. Mixed doubles, the absence of ALW from this tournament means the top seed is not a Ben Johns pairing. Instead, the top seed goes to Anna Bright, James Ignatowicz. Ben is in the draw, paired with Etta Wright, and they have drawn the 2nd seed. Vivian David Thomas Wilson have the 3rd seed and a possible semi-final match against Wright Johns. An interesting new pairing is the 6th seed Tyra Black, Dylan Frazier. This pairing likely forces Tyra to play the right side, which is not his best side. So I don't expect this pair to fare that well. For a lower seed to watch, keep an eye on number 8 seed Rachel Rohrbacher, Federico Staksrud. I have said for a while that I expect this pair to be the next duo to regularly make noise every tournament and to start making runs to medals. They came close last week in North Carolina. They have a pretty good draw this week. So I look for them to make their first run to at least a semi-final this week. Once they break through, expect Rohrbacher Staksrud to regularly receive a top 5 seeding. Men's doubles, Ben and Colin Johns are back as the top seed. They have a fairly easy draw, so expect to see them go deep in this tournament. One interesting new pairing is number 4 seed Dylan Frazier, Yates Johnson. This duo matches 2 players who typically play the right side. It'll be interesting to see who plays left or if they play straight up. Something done relatively little in today's pro game. They have a reasonable draw, but I wouldn't expect them to go very deep in this event. There are a number of lower seeds that are interesting. At 13, we have veteran Rafa Hewitt pairing with up-and-comer Will Howes. Howes is a strong player on the APP Tour, so it'll be interesting to see how he does against the much tougher competition on the PPA Tour. Howes was recently selected in the MLP Premier Draft, Major League Pickleball, so he definitely has talent. Next to watch is the number 18 seed CJ Klinger, Jaume Martinez-Vic, or JMV. JMV just won a silver medal with Augie Ge in North Carolina, so can he enjoy similar success with another young lefty? They have a very reasonable draw, but I don't expect JMV to have the same success he did with Augie. Finally, for an outside seed that I expect to see bigger things from, watch out for number 1 seed Jack Monroe, Julian Arnold. Last time these two paired up at Mesa, they played very well together and had a nice run. Their draw is decent, but not great. But I expect their talent and synergy could lead to a deep run. Women's doubles, with the absence of ALW CP, the top seed goes to Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher. The top seeds had a bit of a hiccup last week in North Carolina. However, I believe that was mostly related to the wind and weather. I would look for them to score the gold medal this week. The main threat standing in their way is the number 3 seed Etta Wright, Megan Dizon. Expect to see Wright Dizon v Bright Rohrbacher in semi-final. That will determine who wins the gold. The lower half of the draw is weaker than the top half. Seated second is the pair of Callie Smith, Lucy Kovalova, coming together after playing with other partners last week in North Carolina. They have a relatively easy draw, and if they can't make the finals with this draw, it may be quite a long time before they return to a final, if ever. For an interesting lower seed, Tyra Black and Paris Todd partner together again and are a dangerous number 9 seed. They're in the weaker lower half and thus could make a significant run. The absence of Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento make the women's events wide open at the PPA Houston Open. It should make for great viewing either in person or on TV. As always, there are some new pairings and it's always interesting to see if a new duo can make a deep run. The competition is tough, but several people have a chance to win medals who don't usually make a medal appearance. Paddles up.